is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, and verse 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. Proverbs chapter 19, and verse 29. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and so I want to go into this quick article here. All right, it's something I came across yesterday. All right, and it says, long-awaited Fed digital payment system to launch in July. All right, and yesterday I was actually talking about this with a couple of my coworkers. Basically going into how we start our conversations. You throw it at them to see what the response is before you even go into it. You want to know where their mind is at. So I was talking to one of my coworkers. He a grown ass man. He got 6 kids and everything. And in the midst of the conversation, this came up, and I said, "Hey, y'all heard about the whole banking situation from last week?" They're like, yeah. But their attitude towards this whole situation is very, they're very nonchalant about it. Like, a lot of people now who don't know what's going on in terms of prophecy, they're living life like everything is good. Like, oh yeah, the bank, they're gonna take care of it. Oh yeah, the government is taking care of that. Oh yeah, we should be fine in a few days. Oh yeah, little do they know, and this is really the escalation point. This is the catalyst, all right, for the new world order, so to speak. All right, and this is where people start getting uncomfortable because they're caught, all right, understanding that this system is going down. They're not prepared. They don't think that this system is going down, all right, because they're being told otherwise, by the people that they actually would like to believe, because the reality is too scary. It's too much for them to handle. So the fake reality, which is being propagated, all right, by the governments and the news media and so on and so forth, that, everything is fine. We shouldn't really be worried, blah, blah, blah. They would much rather that. So, in the midst of conversation, I said, listen, this is all leading to one thing and one thing only, which is the CHIP. Okay, they're going to be implanting this underneath people's skin, and that's how you're going to be authorized to make any type of transaction. And he said, no, I don't see that happening in my lifetime or in my children's lifetime. He said, oh, no, not till at least 60, 70 years from now. Man, when he said that shit, I said, bro, how much you want to bet on this? How much you want to bet on this? And, it's just seeing it, hearing it, it's just like, wow, we're living in two different worlds, man. That's why we got to praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for giving us this truth, all right, this knowledge, this understanding, this foresight, all right, the spirit of prophecy, to know the times that we're in, all right, and to be prepared for it, because a lot of people, quite frankly, have no clue what's going on, all right. I see a lot of people on my job every day, and you just know, like, I see somebody in my mind, the first spirit that I get is, man, soon we're going to be saying, damn, bro, that guy was kind of cool. I used to talk to him all the time. He went and took it. There's going to be a lot of people that we know, all right, very soon, who are going to be boxed in. They're going to be coming to work, our workplaces, meeting people that you're going to be like, oh shit, like, damn, they got the thing, bro. Wow. Like, it's going to be a part of our daily lives, very soon. So let's see. But anyway, I'm going to go to this article real quick. All right. And it's very interesting because the digital, which is the CBDC, all right, is set to launch in July. All right. So let's see how, being that we're in March, pretty much the latter parts of March. All right. We'll see how this thing plays out into April and into May, and obviously, into June. All right. But let's see. It says the Federal Reserve's digital payments system, which it promises will help speed up the way money moves, will debut in July. FedNow, as it will be known, will create a leading-edge payments system that is resilient, adaptive, and accessible, said Richmond Fed President Tom Barkin. who is the program's executive sponsor. It says the system will allow bill payments, money transfers such as paychecks and disbursements. You hear that? You hear that? That means your jobs are going to be involved in this. Okay? And I was showing a video 2 days ago when I went to the ATM. They said there's no more cash. All right? Now, I don't see them fixing it and bringing cash back because that would defeat the purpose. So, again, we're going to see what kind of fix that they come up with. But I told my coworkers, I said, hey, very soon there'll be no more cash. They're like, well, how are the old people going to live? How are the old people who don't even have phones and credit cards and debit cards and all they do is, paper checks and paper cash and all that, how are they going to, be able to move in the system? I said, they're going to have to go get that C-HIP. That's the only way, because if you don't have it, you can't buy or sell, period. That's it. Again, it's a system overhaul. Just like how back then you had the barter system. You could take bread, somebody had butter, and we swap. And then that's it. Equal value for equal value. And then it switched over to what? IOUs. And then it became what we have now, which is a more imaginable or imaginative form of IOU, okay, known as credit. Okay, the credit system. And that is what they built, all right, as a foundation, all right, in order for them to jump on when they have the new so-called credit system, the social credit system, which you see out there in China. Okay, I explain all these things to them and they still don't get it. They see like, nah, America's going to go overall. The people are going to go crazy. They're not going to allow the government to do this. I said, they've already allowed the government to do it. You just have to brace yourself for it. It's coming. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You're hearing about the plans that they have in motion already that's been going on for centuries. You're now hearing about it and your answer is, oh, there's no way they're going to make it happen. Nigga, you're living it. Haven't you seen what happened the past 2-3 years? Huh? Did not the American people allow them to just tell them what to do, how to do it, when to do it? And if they didn't do it, they'll be paying some consequences for it. So who the hell are you? You have no clue what's going on, But that's good because you might have people that you might be cool with at work. But this is the divisive moment, right? This is the moment, whenever these kind of topics come up and people give you, their mind where they at, you're not going to make it. I know how to move about when I'm around you from now on, because at first they might seem cool, but whenever these kind of topics come up and you hear where they stand, you're like, I know where you at now, so you move different. All right. Anyway, it says, the money transfers money transfers such as paychecks and disbursements from the government. So what was the first thing that you're gonna think about? UBI. Okay? Paychecks and disbursements from the government. Why the government? Why is the government giving paychecks? Is it because very soon the government is gonna pretty much consolidate all work and jobs? And if you want to work and if you want to have a job or work, it's going to be through the government. And you have to be identified by the government. If you want to be eaten, you have to be identified by the government. It's called the universal basic income. Okay? It says, as well as a host of other consumer activities to move rapidly and to lower costs according to the program's goals. Yeah, straight up BS. It says participants will complete a training and certification process in early April. Oh man, that's next month, right? According to a Fed announcement. So they're moving, man. They're moving very quick with this. Okay. It says, with the launch drawing near, we urge, this is quote, with the launch drawing near, we urge financial institutions and their industry partners, you hear that? To move full steam ahead with preparations to join the FedNow service, said Ken Montgomery, the program executive and first vice president at the Boston Fed, which helped spearhead the project under former Boston Fed President Eric Rosengren. It says institutions that participate in the program will have 7 days or have 7-day, 24 hours access, as opposed to a system currently in place that closes on weekends. So around 24/7. That's the 24/7 right there. Okay. It says, program advocates say it will get money out to people much more quickly. Whatever that means, get money out to people more quickly. Like, isn't the system that we have now quick in and of itself? People have direct deposit and so on and so forth. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next week. Okay. And that'll be pretty much the last week before the month of March is pretty much over, or, the last week before last. All right. So we're pretty much in the middle of March now. All right. So let's see. It says, for instance, they said government payments will like those issued in the early days of the CV-demic. All right. That was also a test. All right. You remember how they said, what was that? Stimulus. And they were just giving it to people, whether you wanted it or not. If you qualified, they were going to send you the money regardless. Right. And I remember me and my brother kept asking, like, why the hell do they insist on giving people free money? What's going on here? Even if you don't ask for it, they were just giving it to you. It says, and remember, that was a test to see how would a UBI work. How would a digital form of payment infrastructure, how would that work? With the people, of course. Will the people accept something like this? Well, it looks like they will, or they would, if it came to a point where they couldn't work anymore. All right. And how are they going to get their income? Because your bills are still running. You still got to pay bills. It's not like, all hell breaks loose and then everything stops. Hell no. Now, they could put some mitigative measures, like the moratorium and stuff like that. But at some point, that shit also dies off. It runs out. Okay. And everything comes right back, and it's worse than it was before because everything has piled on. Okay. And at that point, you need someone to bail you up. And that's when they come in. All right. So they'll box you in, create a crisis that affects you and your family. And then they come around and say, well, the only way we can get you out of this is if you opt into this. Something you never opted in to begin with. Now you have to opt in order to have some type of lifestyle. So that's what they're doing. All right. So it says government payments like those issued in the early days of the CV-demic would have been credited to accounts immediately rather than the days it took to reach most people. Some Fed officials say the program even could supplant the need for a central bank digital currency. Okay, so that is where this is all leading to. It's not going to change. Don't believe the hype. Don't think, it's not going to change. Okay, this is set in stone and it's going to happen. All right, because it's biblical prophecy. Okay, it's biblical prophecy. All right. And like I said, Tawadi Bashim Shai for this wisdom, for this knowledge, for this truth. All right, because we can see this thing clear as day. As others, they don't even know what's going on. They don't even think anything is going on. All right. There's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And he's going to get advantage of everybody else who is ignorant of his devices, man. All right. When you tell people, American people today, that yes, prior to 2020, there was something known as Event 201 that took place as a simulation, all right, of exactly what we went through. They say, nah, I don't buy it. I don't think the government will really go into it. Like, dude, what the hell is wrong with you, man? You present them the evidence and they still don't believe it. That's part of the subversion tactics. Okay. The former KGB spy, he used to work with the Russians and so on and so forth. His name is Yuri Bezmenov. All right. He goes into all of that. The subversion tactics and so on and so forth. You could get people to the point where, they're so demoralized, so beaten to the ground, so trustworthy of the government that no matter how much evidence you give them and show them that, hey, this person is the one who's oppressing you, they'll still look at you like you're crazy, right? They're crazy. So that's where we at right now. All right. Most American people actually don't think that the government has any type of ill will towards them. But that's beautiful because those are the ones who gonna get got. Okay? Those are the ones who's gonna get got, man. And it's coming. It's coming. There's a book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, we keep on bringing out these precepts because those are the times that signify trouble. Okay, the troublous times right before the return of our Messiah. So those are exciting times. Okay, Those are exciting times, just like in ancient Egypt. Okay, those troublous times. All right, the Most High sent 10 different plagues. All right, upon the Egyptians and their land. All right, their cattle, their people, and so on and so forth. All right, and the last two plagues were what? Darkness and the death of every firstborn child. Okay, the Lord took them all out, man. All right, their princes, their sons, and so on. The Lord took them all out. Their cattle. All right, straight destruction, man. Okay, and we're gonna start seeing those kind of things. All right, similar events happen here because we already seen tons of plagues hit here, Babylon the Great, America. All right, but hey, the biggest plague will be the electricity going out and the money system going down. All right, and then you're gonna see how people really gonna react. All right, verse 4 says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." All right, so we're spiritually awake. All right, we're not sleeping like all these other people. We're not in darkness because, let me see if I can get that real quick. This is in Isaiah. All right, there's a book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 2 says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." All right, that's what this truth, this knowledge, this understanding. All right, that's the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which is being seen upon us. All right, and that's what's putting fear, all right, in our enemies, man. Okay, that's what's got them all trembling, man, straight up trembling. All right, their speeches don't sound as confident anymore. All right, hey, I saw a video yesterday. The Elder Apostle Tahar posted, all right, of a couple of centurions, having a conversation with themselves, and they're admitting, okay, that rule of the so-called white man, all right, is pretty much over. Talking about, he's telling his son that, hey, listen, you might want to start getting your foot in the door, start going in and dating these Asian girls and so on and so forth, man. Merge into it. But guess what? You're not going to get your seed into these other nations and get away with it. If you're an Edomite, don't try to run. Stand on your gun. All right? Stand on your gun, man, nigga. Let's go. All right? So bring that back. Isaiah 60 and 2 says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." All right? That dark state, that ignorance. All right? They don't know shit. They don't know who they are. All right? They don't know who their enemy is. They don't know anything. They have no idea what's going on. All right? They don't even know that they're living a plan that's been set in motion for the past 3 centuries. These people have no clue what the hell is going on. And that's what's going to make it so beautiful when the Lord brings that judgment to cook their ass, man. All right? Because how don't you know what's going on and you don't even believe? And it's so sad because I was thinking about it. I said, damn, Lord, if if I was in this world, not in the truth, if I was in the world and I had somebody like us, all right, who works with us, and is telling us all these things in detail. Like, this guy knows what's going on. He's giving you the history. He's giving you the background. He's giving you the plot, the summary, what's going to happen, everything. He's giving it to you detailed. He's giving you names. Oh, this did this. They did that because of this. It will end up doing this, which will result in that. And then after that, they're going to come out and say this. We're telling these people this with details, and they still don't believe. And I was like, damn, Lord, like, they got a prophet right next to them and they still don't believe. Hey, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right. Verse 5, it says, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 5, "Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness." All right. That's why everything we do represents what? Truth and light. All right. Kind of like the dream that I had about the people that were pretty much turned into, zombies or whatever. All right, and there was a chick in there. She was telling me, she was like, the only reason why they couldn't get their hands on us is because there was a light that was within us that stopped them. There was a light that was within us that stopped them from doing anything, man. All right, and hey, the Lord is going to send his angels to come and protect us regardless. All right, regardless, man. I believe that through 100% through faith, man. I believe that 100%, 144,000%. All right, and that's the spirit we got to be in. That we're going to be good. We are going to be good in abundance. All right. While the rest of the world are suffering because of what? Because of the faith that we have in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. Verse 6, it says, "Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So they're just gone. All right, you're sleeping and you drunk at night. You're gone. The thief comes into your house and he's slamming the door. You still don't hear it. You're gone. All right, and you about to be cooked. He set the house on fire and you still don't know. All right. It says, but let us who are of the day be sober, being sober-minded. All right, being temper-minded. Having your mind, all right, girded with this truth, understanding, all right, being calm. Okay. It says, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and front helmet, the hope of salvation. Okay. And that's Isaiah 33:6. Okay. That's the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Okay. And that's what keeps you what? Sober-minded. You're not doubtful. All right. You're not fearful. All right. You're full of faith and hope. Okay. It says, for the Most High hath not appointed us to wrath. You hear that? So it's guaranteed that some of us are not going to die. All right. That's just what it is. That's part of the movie. Okay. For the Most High hath not appointed to us wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Okay. So whether we're part of those who be, sacrificed as martyrs, okay, for the name of our Lord, or whether we're going to stay up and wait, all right, to see the return of our Lord, regardless, all right, we shall live together with him. Okay, if you're of the elect. All right. Wherefore, comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. Okay. And that's why we do these videos constantly. All right. To show the elect, hey, listen, don't worry. Don't stress. You see what's going on. All right. It's just a matter of time at this point. You see what's going on. Okay. So, hey, man, we're closer to the end than you think. All right. And forget about this world. Forget about these people, man. They don't know what's going on. It's not for them. All right. Sometimes you get excited. You want to tell them. But at the same time, remember, man, this is precious stuff. I don't want everyone to know about this, but the Spirit will lead you, who to tell and who not to tell. All right. There's a book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, what time? The times that we're in. Okay. We understand the times that we're in. It's not by coincidence, all these things that's happening. Okay. We're not caught off guard. It's just amazing that it's all happening just like that because we're waiting for this. Right. But it's like, wow. Knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Okay. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Okay. So it's go time. All right. It's go time. And in a few more months, they'll bring that thing out. Okay. They will bring that thing out and they'll start merging it in. And that's when people are going to start losing it. It's June. Ain't no microchip. It's June. So with that, Lord willing, you were edified. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And until next time, Shalom.